While I wish my Civ 7 neighbors and I could always get along, sometimes I have no idea why one or more of them have attacked me. Sometimes I really ought to have paid more attention. I mean, you think you've settled far enough away from anyone, you have some agreements in place, people like you, they really like you. Maybe you make a discovery, maybe you build something. You even have a reconciliation agreement that just started. Then maybe you just twitch wrong, and then you're at war. I rarely have paid attention to agendas in Civ 7, or in Civ 6 for that matter, although I did make note in Civ 5 if I was facing a warmonger or a pacifist. Not that that always made a huge difference. Looking at you, Gandhi. But with leader agendas and the hidden ones in Civ 6, maybe it's time to pay a little more attention. That's what we're going to do right now. This is all a bit of a preface to a longer video I'm planning on diplomacy and influence, a taste of what's to come. But I wanted to focus on agendas precisely because I've ignored them myself for so long. To what extent can knowing the agendas of your opponents in the game give you an edge? Was Sun Tzu right in saying, if you know your enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles? It would be great to think so, but the truth is a little trickier because Sun Tzu didn't have a little over 100 turns to build 7 wonders. Let's start by looking at each of the agenda of the leaders in the game. Then we can maybe draw some tentative conclusions. When it comes to Ada, we can see that she likes smart people. She likes the leader with the most masteries and dislikes the one with the least masteries, which kind of makes sense. She only wants smart people to talk to. Amina's straightforward too. She just likes her own space. You can see her ideology's agenda is pretty simple, but Desert of the Warrior Queen, she likes civilizations that don't have settlements in deserts or plains, and dislikes those with settlements in deserts or plains. In other words, the deserts and the plains are mine. Keep out. So that's pretty simple. All you have to do is get lots of masteries, and if these guys are your neighbors, and avoid the deserts or plains. Great, no problem. Okay, say you also have Ashoka World Conqueror as your neighbor. Well, yeah, there is the ideology stuff we know and love. But he also likes the civilization with the least amount of land and dislikes the civilization with the most amount of land. Okay, so no deserts or plains, and make sure you don't have the most land. And in fact, he would like you if you had the least amount. Good enough. Let's try and get on his good side. So with the Ashoka World Renouncer, we're back to the ideology thing again, which, really only matters once you get into the modern era and you want to try and get on the same page ideologically with other Civs. But as far as Ashoka World Renouncer goes, the without sorrow agenda means he wants everybody to be happy. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. That fits in with everything else that the other leaders so far want. You just have to be happy. And dislikes the one with the lowest happiness. No problem. Everybody smile. Smiles, everybody. And Benjamin Franklin is a reasonable guy. After all, he will double your relationship gains if you share the same government type with him, which is awesome. But he also doubles the relationship losses if you don't share the same type of government with him. Well, all you need is the same government. Be happy. No plains or, what was it, desert, and lots of masteries. I think we're rocking. Now, Augustus has also carved out his own area of expertise. He likes civilizations with cities in their empire, and he dislikes those with towns in their empire because, he's the king of towns. So, lay off. Okay, I like cities too. Great. It's the city life for me. I don't have a problem with that. With Catherine the Great, she's got her space marked out too. She likes the civilization with the least great works and dislikes the one with the most great works because, she's collecting great works. Well, maybe I don't have to go for that particular victory type. I can just limit myself to all the other victory types. There's still three others left. So that's not a problem, right? Now, with Charlemagne, I think there's a little more synergy going on with Ashoka. He likes a civilization that's had the most celebrations, and he dislikes the one that has had the fewest celebrations. That's awesome. That everybody be happy, have lots of celebrations, and you'll get along great with two of these leaders. Confucius is another intellectual lover like Ada, so this should work out well. They should dovetail nicely. He likes the civilization with the most specialists and dislikes the one with the fewest specialists. That does dovetail with the idea of going for lots of masteries and getting lots of knowledge. So these two would make great neighbors if, these are the two you get. Now, Friedrich Baroque is a little bit confusing, but I kind of get it. There's still some artistic leanings here. He likes leaders with wonders in their capital. That's terrific. But he dislikes those with buildings in their capital. Does that mean the capital district or just the capital at all? That would be kind of confusing. Maybe we have to clarify that one at some point. Friedrich Oblique is very straightforward. He likes the civilization with the greatest number of military units and dislikes the one with the smallest number of military units. So you just got to build up some military muscle and he'll respect you in the morning, which is great. That's you want to do that anyway, right? Have lots of military. With Genghis Khan, we have a little bit of a conflict here. He likes a civilization with the smallest number of cavalry units and dislikes the one with the greatest number of cavalry units. Unlike Friedrich Oblique, he doesn't like the competition. So you could still buff up all your other military units and have a small cavalry, and you'd get along with both of these guys, I'm pretty sure. I'm completely on board with Harriet Tubman and her agenda, and that is she likes leaders that start formal wars. Well, okay, maybe I don't love that part, but she dislikes those that start surprise wars. Absolutely 100% in agreement. We're going to get along just great. I never get into fights with Harriet Tubman, right? Again, here's somebody who doesn't like the competition. We have Hatshepsut, who likes civilizations with fewer wonders than her, and dislikes those that have more wonders than her. A lot like Catherine and the works that she collects. So that means you can't go after. Really, maybe you should just avoid the arts altogether and culture. That might be best if they're your neighbors. Now, on the other hand, we can't avoid culture altogether because Himiko, after all, a high shaman, likes civilizations with culture and happiness buildings in their settlements. And she dislikes those with both science and gold buildings in their settlements. So maybe we should focus on science or gold because culture, as we know, is going to be a problem. Happiness, everybody seems to like happiness. That's good so far. If only there was a legacy path for happiness. Okay, just pray you don't run into the other version of Himiko in the same game because she likes civilizations with both science and gold buildings in their settlements and dislikes those with both culture and happiness buildings in their settlements. Oh, at least everybody can agree with Ibn Battuta's goals because he likes the civilization with the most revealed tiles and dislikes the one with the least revealed tiles. Well, that's only to your benefit to explore all over the place throughout the game. So, yeah, you should work out just fine with him. Now, again, Isabella is one of those types that does not like competition. She likes civilizations that don't have any natural wonders in their borders and dislikes those that do have natural wonders in their borders. Uh, that's something you might not always be able to control. Ooh, how did this wonder get here? Here, let me just sweep this behind this rainforest. Yeah, I don't know how that got in there. Sorry, Isabella. Jose Rizal seems to like people who play nice. For example, he likes the leader doing the most diplomatic endeavors, reaching out, shaking hands, but he dislikes the one doing the most sanctions. Well, so you're going to have to watch your back here because you don't want to sanction too many people when he's your neighbor, and you want to be reaching out as often as possible and making good deals for people. That only makes sense, right? Lafayette seems to like progress. He likes a civilization with the most quarters, so a well developed city, and dislikes the one with the fewest quarters. Ooh, I'm a little untidy when it comes to that. I'd better watch it when he's my neighbor. Machiavelli is almost as simple as they come. He likes leaders at war with anyone but him. So if you don't go to war with him, he won't go to war with you. Simple, right? Yeah, that's not how I remember things, but sure. Napoleon, emperor, doesn't exactly keep his cards close to his chest. He likes a civilization with the smallest number of land units, all the better to eat you with. And he dislikes the one with the greatest number of naval units. Anybody ever hear of Trafalgar? Yeah, I think maybe he's still remembering that a little bit. So, yeah, pretty straightforward. Just don't be militarily more powerful than him. Napoleon Revolutionary has a bit of a split personality here. He likes the civilization with the highest culture per turn, which is great. He's a civilized guy. But he dislikes when other civilizations form alliances with each other, probably because he suspects the other kids are talking about him. Um, yeah, you can get around that. Just don't form any alliances. Right, and have lots of culture, which you have to avoid with a couple of the other leaders. Okay, got it. Pachacuti's agenda is pretty specific. It does still have a problem with it, though. He likes civilizations who have few mountains in their borders and dislikes the player with the most mountains in their borders. I can't remember the last time I ran around all the other civilizations counting mountains. This one could be hard to avoid, even, unintentionally. Simone Bolivar tells me that if you can have happy places, you're in good with some of these leaders. He likes the leader with the least unhappy settlements, and he dislikes the leader with the most unhappy settlements. That's pretty straightforward, and it dovetails nicely with at least two or three other leaders. Pretty good. With Tecumseh, we have a little bit of a typo. I don't know if anybody's noticed this, but the same agenda is repeated twice. But he likes leaders that leave independent powers alone. Well, that's really nice. He's looking out for the little guy. And he dislikes those that disperse independent powers. So that's kind of nice. He's kind of the policeman of the world. But you better not absorb all those independent powers, or you might find yourself competing with him. Another leader who doesn't like the competition. She likes the civilization with the fewest commander levels and dislikes the one with the most commander levels. So, if you don't have a strong military civilization, which some other civilizations actually want you to have, except for the other ones that don't want you to have it, then you're all set. Uh, are you getting all this? Oh, envy strikes again with Xerxes the Achaemenid. He likes civilizations with fewer trade routes than him and dislikes those that have as many or more trade routes than him. So just cut back on your trade. Try not to get too deep into the whole, you know, economic victory condition. You should be fine. Do we have any conditions that are left that are still safe? Xerxes, King of Kings, takes Machiavelli's idea to a whole other level. He likes leaders that are at war with others, like Machiavelli, besides him. He dislikes those that are not at war with others, besides him. Huh. So you have to be at war all the time, but not let your commander levels get boosted. Yeah, we're all good. Look, I'm not here to tell you that agendas are all pointless and, we really shouldn't bother with them. I'm just saying that what we see is that it is not possible to please everyone all the time. I never would have guessed. AI is really like life after all. Two things happen if we try to please everybody. We don't get to do what we need to do to win, and we incur the wrath of one leader while trying to please another. So, the obvious solution is to choose your conflicts wisely. Identify the problem children as soon as possible and make nice with either them or the leaders who do serve your goals or who at least aren't obstacles to them. At some point, you have to, like everyone says, pick your battles. Except in the case of this game, that's literal. Unless you're Xerxes, King of Kings, he chooses all battles, all the time. He is the lumberjack of the decision tree. Look, I know this isn't all that deep, but I think looking closely at the wide array of agendas highlights just how absurd it is to stay inside everybody else's lines all the time. There are too many contradictions. Besides, sometimes your cavalry's horses need the exercise, and maybe your allies will help out in a pinch. We'll get to that in another video. But for now, this is Civilized Raccoon. If you liked what you've seen or heard, drop a like or a subscribe, and I'll see you next time.